Well, boys and girls, we have a new home. We're at the London Stadium with West Ham. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and I am feeling good. If you're feeling good, please drop a like on this video when you finish watching. Please subscribe to the channel. With the change of clubs, I think it's going to need a bit of love to get this video out there in front of as many eyes as possible. But for now, let's get right into it. Yes, welcome to our rebuilding series. This is Club 2. We have found ourselves after 6 months of unemployment at West Ham. Today is the first 2 games in charge. We're going to face Bodo Glimt in the Europa League, and then we're going to play Arsenal in the Premier League. I have no idea what to expect because it's my first games in charge. Europa League, as it stands, we are in 4th in the group, so we are well on course to achieve our goal of just getting into the latter stages. So I think we should be good with that. So we've got Tottenham, Juventus are in there, Monaco, Dortmund, who we were looking at trying to maybe possibly go to in the summer, Porto, you know, the usual kind of crowd. Where Bodo Glimt, they are down in 24th. So we probably should be winning this comfortably. And then we have Arsenal in the Premier League, and the Premier League looks like this. Liverpool on top of the league, followed by Man City, followed by our old club Chelsea. Pep Guardiola not doing as good as us, but although I guess a win takes him level with Liverpool. I've just seen Nico Barella at Newcastle. Huge. Ten Hag has obviously gone on a little run at Man United and managed to get himself up into 7th and possibly save his job, although his next game is against Liverpool. So anyway, for now we're at West Ham. We've got Europa League. We're away at Bodo Glimt. This is the formation we're going to go with. This is the team we're going to start with for our very first game. We're going to go with Pickford in goal. We've got Truffert at left back. Never heard of him, but he's from Rennes, who are pretty good. Maybe this is an area we look to strengthen. Big Dan Burn at centre back with Goncalo Ignacio. And Raul Bellanova at right back. Signed from Cagliari. Midfield 2, we're going to go with Paqueta and Gallagher. And then we're going to have a 3 behind them with Mitoma, Trossard and Bowen. And Scamacca up front. I mean, we've got Gabriel Barbosa and Marcus Leonardo. João Pedro on the bench. David Brooks, Alex Scott. I mean, we've got some attacking options at our disposal. Let's be honest. Definitely a team that should be higher than 13th in the Premier League. But, you know, we're in season 4. Some of these Premier League teams will have spent absolute fortunes on their teams. And then we're no different. We're no different. Here we go. Europa League anthem is on. I mean, look at the state of that. We're in the snow. What kind of frosty reception for the Hammers. It's got to be better than what they got the other night in, is it Alkmaar? Yeah, not good. Not good. Not what you want to see. A Scamacca, this is what we want to see. Mitoma, oh, that would have been the perfect start to our reign if he'd have found the bottom corner with that. And that is far from ideal. If that goal stands, did he stray offside? It's disallowed. It's disallowed. Well, that was a bit of panic involved there. Yeah, he was miles offside. We don't need to see that again. Pickford now. To Goncalo Ignacio. First time I've had him in this year's FM. Obviously, last year he was a wonder kid. Mitoma now. How good has he been in real life for Brighton? Truffert, Paqueta, it's off the post and we cannot scramble it in. 7 minutes gone. Bellanova's got a booking. What is going on? Truffert, Trossard. I mean, looking to inject a bit of quality into our attack. It loops up and somehow the goalkeeper doesn't even get a hand to it and it goes out for a corner. Trossard, we've got Big Dan Burn up from the back. We're aiming for him. He's got there and he's not put it the right side of the post. It's been all us so far, but I'm going to demand a bit more. We need to get on that score sheet. It's all very well and good having the momentum. We need goals. Trossard again with a corner. Big Dan Burn again lurking at the back post. He gets there this time, and his first goal of the season. We're up and running. Come on, you Irons. Dan Burn from a Trossard corner. I mean, let's expect to see that quite a bit. Let's be honest, he is huge, and it would be a shame not to try and exploit that. As it stands, we would be up into third, surely securing at least a playoff berth as Bellanova gets there before his man but loses the ball to Saltness. What a name that is. Conor Gallagher with a cynical foul, but the game plays on and we get the ball back, so it all works out in the end. Back to Ignacio. Truffert now running down the left into Mitoma. Mitoma can only find the keeper's leg and it goes out wide. We are going to have to be careful with some of these players. I think we've got Arsenal coming up in the Premier League. We don't want to tire ourselves out. Dan Burn again trying to get in at the back post. Lucas Paqueta, Conor Gallagher, Dan Burn, Bellanova, Paqueta again. I mean, that's ambitious. But we've got another corner. Hey, if we have to just exploit these just to get ourselves back where we need to be, so we can... I mean, again, I don't really know. Dan Burn again getting up at the back post. I mean, I'm looking at the team and I'm thinking there's not massive amounts of players where you'd probably look to improve too much. I mean, obviously, there's not world-class names in there yet, but I like Paqueta, I like Scamacca, I love Scamacca. Marcus Leonardo, I think, is a wonder kid. Barbosa there. So going forward, I think we're pretty stacked. At the back, not the worst options. Yeah, I mean, I think we've definitely got a foundation to build on. And whilst we're not going to probably win the league this year, could we win it next year? I don't know, maybe that's too soon. I'm going to give ourselves a little target of 3 years. Let's try and get as far up the league as we can in this season. If we can get a Europa League under our belt, that will surely increase our reputation even more. I mean, I was shocked. I didn't even get an interview for Inter Milan or Man City. And Scamacca, I mean, I'm excited about working with him. Yeah, didn't even get an interview with Inter Milan or Man City, which was disappointing given that I'd won 3 Premier Leagues in a row and the Champions League. But their loss is West Ham's gain, and Scamacca has made it 3-0. What a finish that is. I think he can definitely come off for a rest soon. We'll get Marcus Leonardo on the pitch and we'll see what he's about. It's not a tight offside, he's miles on. I could have told you that. Monaco beating Spurs 3-0. Spurs doing Spurs things. Right, I'll keep Scamacca on for 15 minutes, just give him a chance of getting that hat-trick. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Marcus Leonardo's got to offer. João Pedro can probably come on. Alex Scott, I think, was carrying an injury, so maybe David Brooks comes on instead. Yeah, I mean, I do really like this squad. Paqueta looks to bang one. He's one I'd be looking for a lot from. John McGinn as well. Yep, John McGinn. So, quite an encouraging start to our life as a Hammer. Trossard, Mitoma, I mean, referee. Yeah. They're down to 10. We're flying. We're absolutely dominating this game already. Come on, Scamacca, mate. You've got 5 minutes to get your hat-trick. Trossard with the corner. Again, looking for Dan Burn. Lucas Paqueta now. Driving forward, and Mitoma's in at the back post. The flag goes up before we celebrate too hard. The referee's definitely going to disallow this. It looked offside to me, and it has been disallowed. My initial suspicions confirmed. So we'll have to wait a little bit longer for Mitoma's 4th goal of the season. Hoyenhau with the goal kick for Bodo Glimt. Mo Sislak at the back. Little Simpsons reference there for those that don't know. Bellanova gets up well. Bowen. Conor Gallagher looks to bring it clear. Conor Gallagher, who will be either keen to impress me after how things ended for him at Chelsea, or he'll just hate me. One of the two. Let's see how professional he is. Trossard's in, and I think between him and Mitoma, they got in each other's way there, and the ball ended up just drifting through to the goalkeeper. And they have managed to sneak in somehow, take advantage of a bit of a defensive boo-boo. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened here. Dan Byrne gets initial header, then Hogas lumps it forward towards Mohammed. Truffert gets a foot in, but all he can do is just lay it off perfectly to Zagelj, who is probably not called that. He's probably called something a lot different to how I pronounced it. But what he was on the penalty spot, ready to pounce, and somehow that has stayed out after Dan Byrne winning the header at the back post. Right, we've gone past the 60-minute mark. Sorry, Gianluca, I feel bad for you. But we're going to have to make some changes. We've got to keep certain players fit. And I want to see what certain players can bring to this attack. I mean, we've just made 4 changes there, all in attack. And you'd argue that they're pretty good players. Is there another? We've got Ben. Let's get Ben Johnson on for Truffert. He's having a good game. Actually, we'll do Bellanova instead because he's on a booking. Truffert lucky to stay on the pitch after that boo-boo that led to us conceding a goal. But hey, we've probably saved a little bit on a clean sheet bonus. So every little helps, right? We've only got 200 grand in the transfer kitty. I think what I've done there though by making 5 changes is I have made the match engine sort of just shut down. But no, we've got a highlight. João Pedro looking to bring it forward. Gabriel Barbosa. I mean, Marcus Leonardo is just laying there in front of the goalkeeper. The offside flag's gone up to really just take the mick. Is he alright? He's only on an orange injury. I mean, should we just take him off? We're 3-1 up. Screw it. If you can play on, he's probably alright. Like I said, we've got Scamacca, we've got João Pedro, we've got Barbosa. That is an area we are stacked in. As we've got 10 minutes left in this Europa League game, just look to see it out. Truffert trying to get in down the left. David Brooks. Back to Truffert. João Pedro's in here, and João Pedro opens his account as, for us, his 6th goal of the season. I'm happy with that. Let's just drop this right down now. Save your legs, boys and girls. We've got 7 minutes to go in the frost. Don't want to roll an ankle on the harder ground. But what you do want to do is just admire the strike from João Pedro. Another player that to be fair, this whole West Ham team I'm playing with for the first time, apart from Conor Gallagher, who we know we had at Chelsea. And just like that, oh no, we've got a corner. We've got a corner. João Pedro trying to get another one in. Marcus Leonardo not showing too many effects of the injury. Ben Johnson running forward. Conor Gallagher, Ignacio, David Brooks. Can we have one more last sting in the tail in this game? No, Truffert loses the ball. And now we're vulnerable to the counter-attack. Big Dan Byrne gets it up though. And João Pedro is in. And João Pedro has scored his 2nd, our 5th. He's given us something to think about in the next game. Do we stick with Matoma, or has João Pedro earned himself a starting berth for a game against Arsenal? I think he has, to be fair. I think he has. 2 goals from him off the bench. Yeah, Matoma's only got 3 goals this season. He's now on 7. And I mean, I'm quite happy with that. I don't think that could have gone much better as a start to our life as West Ham manager. So, as if by magic, I will see you in a second for when we play Arsenal. Okay then, here we are. Arsenal away. Really tough test for us here, but the team that we're going to go with, Jordan Pickford in goal. We're going to go with Emerson at left back. He comes in. So does Palista, comes in to partner Ignacio against his old club as well. Bellanova keeps his spot at right back. Alex Scott comes into the team, excited about using him for the first time, alongside Conor Gallagher. João Pedro does come in after those 2 goals in Bodo. Vlasic comes in as our club captain as Trossard drops down to the bench. And Bowen on the right hand side. And of course, Gianluca Scamacca starts up front, our top goal scorer. What are we in for? This will be a bigger indication of where we are as a team. Vieira, who's in charge of Arsenal, thinks we might struggle. Well, I think you might struggle, Vieira. So take that. I mean, they've got Scalvini. They're playing Tierney at centre-back. That might be a potential spot we can target. They haven't got Bukayo Saka in their starting 11. So you'd have to argue they're not quite at full strength. I'll have to have a look in a minute. Has Saka moved on? He's one. I mean, I don't think we're going to bring Saka to West Ham or Valverde. But there's still two players I really want to manage in this save. I think probably the only two teams, realistically, we could get the pair of them would be maybe Newcastle and PSG. I mean, Newcastle are 5th in the league. You've got Barella. They'd probably be expecting a bit better than that. Odegaard with the free kick, and Kieran Tierney, who I said we should target, gets up and wins the header worryingly. We'll demand more because we haven't been in this game at all. 2 shots on target with an XG of 0.04. Were they even worth it? And that was the only highlight of that half of football. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed, lads. I'll be honest. Come on. We're at a new club. I'm here. I've got all my viewers on YouTube waiting for a performance. And we've turned up and we've not given them nothing. Not given them a sniff. I mean, we've got a game in hand on some of these teams. If we can win this game and get up to above Fulham, win our game in hand, I mean, we'll go nowhere. So it shows that we actually kind of need to win. And would you believe it? Not a single highlight in this second half. Conor Gallagher, mate, have a breather. John McGinn, you can come on. Mitoma, you can come on. Show me I was wrong to doubt you. Bit of an oversight. We don't even have Paqueta on the bench. So Barbosa can come on for Jared Bowen. And I mean, look at that XG story. It all says Arsenal. Look, Barella scored for Newcastle. Kane scored for Tottenham. Nobody scored in this game. Any chance of a highlight? West Ham. Any chance at all? It doesn't look like it. Well, what a boring game of football I've brought you. I can only apologise. I mean, I'll take a point away at Arsenal. Don't get me wrong. But what an absolute snooze fest. I can only apologise. I mean, if I was charging you for this content, I would refund you for this content. But I'm not. Unless you want to, if you want to help out, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say no. But on a serious note, if you do want to help out, please, 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 just leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask for. And then we'll see you next week, hopefully with a better performance or two. We'll really see where this West Ham team are as a group. Maybe some January transfers, a little bit of an influx of money somewhere. Time will tell. Thank you for watching, boys and girls. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday.